Greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is I, the Ravenous Spectre, and today we're going to do a little bit of a pickups video. And I do apologize that I am not utilizing my webcam because of the fact that my webcam doesn't want to work for some god-blasted reason. So we're just going to have to go ahead and stick with the phone situation here. So I don't really have as much time on here as I would like to, so because of the fact that my webcam can record God knows how long and my phone can't. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. And the first one that we have here for the PS3 is Game of Thrones. I actually ended up getting this back on PSN some years ago really cheap. Really did like it, even though it got a lot of flack. And I got this for $5, and it is complete. The disc and everything looks good, so yeah, you can't go wrong, especially considering the fact that it's an RPG, and of course I am a Game of Thrones fan, so glad to actually have that physically, because everywhere that I've seen it physically, it's actually been rather expensive. The second one that we have here is Silent Hill Downpour, and I've never really been a huge fan of the Silent Hill series, but looking more into this one, I really wanted to give it a shot, and from what I played so far, it seems like it's a little boring, but hopefully it'll pick up as time wears on. But I ended up getting this for $5, and it was in really good condition and complete once again. So probably have a lot better time with having fun with the older Silent Hill games. But never really been a survival horror kind of fan. But what the heck, I heard this one was more action oriented, so I wanted to give it a shot. So as time wears on, hopefully it'll get a lot better. The next one that we have here for PlayStation 3 is Conan. Now, this is an awesome little hack and slash kind of game, and bodies ragdoll everywhere. It's amazing. It's just a great time to just hack and slash and do these really crazy finishing moves on your enemies and all that. And really awesome game. Ended up getting it for $5 once again, and it has a nice little kind of shiny little bit cover going on right there. I don't know if you can really see that, but I'd had this once before, and then I sold it. Why the hell I did that, I have no clue, because it really is an awesome game. And the next one that we have here is Ark Rise Fantasia, and it has been an RPG or JRPG that I've been looking for a long while. It is not complete, but I ended up getting it for I think like $27 or something like that, $27, $28. But some of these games I actually ended up getting on trading credit because I took a bunch of DVDs and games into a local game store that I just didn't. For DVDs and games that I just didn't want to deal with anymore, and some of them I ended up getting them in bundles for other systems that I had bought, and I just want to go ahead and sell them, so I sold them. I think I got about like $75 or something, all with some trading credit. No, this wasn't GameStop either. There's no chance in hell I would trade with them anymore. This is a local place, and they were willing to negotiate as well, unlike GameStop. So when I realized that when they ended up having this, I said, okay, I really just need to go ahead and get this because this is probably the cheapest and I'm going to find it. I heard it's actually a pretty good JRPG, but the voice acting in it is rather funny and horrendous. So what the hell, I wanted to go ahead and give it a shot. Haven't played it just yet. But, the disc and everything looks good and whatnot. So finally ended up grabbing one of those JRPGs on the Wii that I had been seeking for a long while now. The next one that we have here is Rage on the 360. I used to have this on PS3. I beat it on the PS3. I really did love it. And I hated the ending for it, and since it was a cliffhanger ending, but since we're going to end up having a second game come out, I was like, okay, I want to get back on and play this again. The only thing that's crazy is this actually has 3 discs in it. It's insane, because of the DVD tech. You got this right here and that right there, all 3 of those. It's like, what the heck, dude? That's insane. But yeah, that was a DVD tech at the time, and meanwhile on the PS3 it was just a Blu-ray. So yeah, that's going to be fun to go through. The next one that we have here is Seven Samurai. I never played it before, but I heard it was really good, like an action, adventure, hack and slash kind of game. And that's all I can pretty much say about it. The next one that we have here is Gun Griffin Blaze. It has a nice little shiny kind of cover going on here. And I really do miss Working Designs. Working Designs went all out when they were trying to go and make the packaging and everything for their games. And they put out really good games in the process. And there's some other games they put out that I don't have that I really would like to get, especially dealing with the fact of Lunar 1 and Lunar 2. I really do want to get those again. I don't know why the hell I ended up selling them a long while back, but you can kind of see a little bit of a shininess going on there. But looking forward to getting into that. Paid really cheap for these games. The highest one that I ended up paying for was what the hell was it? Ark Rise Fantasia, that was it. The next one we have here is Tokobot Plus, and heard this is actually a really interesting, like, action puzzler kind of game thing. I'm a Bob. I don't really know too much about it, but definitely want to look forward into getting into playing it, and that was really cheap. All these were cheap, like I mentioned, except for Ark Rise Fantasia. The last one that we have here is Godfather the Game. It's pretty much a My record went off track. It's pretty much a GTA clone, really good from what I've heard. A whole lot of different reviews. You pretty much just play as a mobster working his way up in the ranks to the point where you end up becoming the Dawn of the City. And looking forward to getting into this. I heard the second one really wasn't that good, but I haven't given it a chance or a shot. But I have another game here that I can't show at the moment because it's in my Nintendo DS. It's actually a Game Boy Advance game, which is Shining Soul. And that one is kind of, it's a little slow, but from what I played, it's colorful and it seems like it's kind of interesting, but I haven't put a whole lot of time into it just yet. But regardless of the fact, it's still pretty interesting game, I guess you could say. And that's probably like the second most expensive one out of the entire stack that I got here. I think it was like $12 to $14 or something like that. But all that stuff I ended up using on trading credit. Most of this stack was trading credit, and a few of them I had just gotten for like $5 a piece. So, you definitely can't go wrong with that. But anyways, that is the pickups. And I will end this like I always do. Later, taters.